Today I'll be teaching us how we convert smart or some images, rather maybe like icons or let's say shapes or whatever it is. We convert them to objects that we can make use of in our designs. I will also be using those smart objects. I'll be using them to do some designs, so you see that after we convert them we can actually use them to create reasonable and beautiful designs. So let me pick up this design. We'll work with this design. Okay, alright, I think I can work with this. Okay, so we'll be using this to design something. We'll use it for a logo, use it as a logo to design something, but we will convert this image, we'll convert it to a smart object or an object that we can change the colors and use them for design. And this is applicable to logos or icons you get online. For instance, I was working on a design some time ago where I needed to change the Facebook logo from the regular blue color to white color so that it can suit the design I was trying to put out there. So I needed to change the color from blue to white. But then there are different ways I can go about it. But then I looked at it that okay, if I do it the other way that I intended, that means it will just remain as white. I will still have to, go through that whole process all over again if I need to, change the color in future from white to any other color, and that might even not give me the kind of quality I was looking out for. But then this process I will show you now enables you to change an object color at will without any challenge, with less stress. Just by 1-2 clicks you get what you want. Okay, so we'll be using that on this design. So we'll be doing two things today. We'll be looking at how to design something like this, and we'll also be looking at how to convert this image to an object. Okay, double click on this to fill your so to convert this, we'll start with this because this is the logo we'll be using. So to convert this to an object, first of all you make sure that your image is PNG format or PSD format. PNG format or PSD format. And also you make sure that it doesn't have a background. It doesn't have a background. Like if you see, if I fill this object now with a color, say this orange color or orange yellow color, if I fill that with a color and I drag this, you see that I can see through it. So once you've done that, and you can either download it online. I mentioned in one of my tutorials where you can download files, PNG files, PSD files. Also you can check out that tutorial where I think I mentioned that under mobile graphics design. So you can check that out and check out those sites I mentioned there. So in case you need icons or images or templates, you can always get some of those things on those sites. So check out that tutorial. So moving forward, this image, to convert it to an object on Coreldraw, where you can always change the color at will. So I'm noticing a few noise on that image, so let me show you how to take it out. So what I do to avoid all those look at it, because of this noise around it. Okay, so you can see it. So what I do to avoid all those noise around it, I've noticed those outline edge there is actually a bit gray, and that is what is causing those noise in the image. So to avoid all those noise from coming up, I go to my effects, I scroll down to color transformation or color transform, and I do solarize. So solarize will automatically convert every color on this. Once I take it down to level 0, it automatically convert every color on that to black. So if I take it to this, it will bring up the whiter part or the lighter part of that color, which is that gray part of it. It brings it up as white. But when I take it down to this, it gives me black all through. Okay, so I click on OK, then I go back to my bitmap, I go to outline trace, and I go to high quality, or I right click on this and I come to outline trace and I go to high quality. So those are the two ways you can go about it. So high quality, I come back here, check this. Okay, I check this, specify color black, then come here and check this, then OK. So you see that has been corrected, no blurry edge. So you can see that no blurry edge now. This is as smooth as if I designed it from the scratch. No blurry edge. It's so smooth and so clear. So you can see that. So I've converted this to an object. I can always change the color of this. Choose any color you want and it will affect it on that object. So I want to leave it as black because I'll be using it for a design shortly. So I want to leave it as black. So let's put that aside. So if you have any questions so far, you can just put it in the comment section and I will attend to it later on. So let's look at how we can design this using this side. Now if you look at this side, this is actually on our property. We have 3.917 by 6.963. That's what you have on the size for this design. Okay, for this image, that's the size for this image, and you can see it's evenly distributed. So as you see what I was telling you the other day when I talked about stretching your image from the side. When I stretched it from the side, you notice that this is no longer even. It's no longer even with this. So by the time I undo that, you see that it's evenly stretched. That's what I said. If you want to stretch the object, or you want to stretch an image, or you want to stretch a text, it's preferable that you stretch it from the edge and not from the side. Okay, you stretch from the edge and not from the side. When you stretch from the edge, it gives you an even distribution of that image, or an even distribution of that object or a text, depending on what you're working with. It gives you an even distribution of that object, text, or image you're working with. But when you stretch it from the side here or from this part, it gives you an uneven distribution of either the width or the length. Okay, so this exercise, this states or tells you how evenly distributed your measurements are. Then this tells you the angle at which your measurement is being placed. It tells you the angle at which your measurement is being placed. This helps you to flip either horizontally or you flip here vertically. Okay, flip horizontally or vertically. Now I mentioned something earlier about the bitmaps where you convert this. That's converting this from image to object. Okay, I said you can do that by right clicking, and it gives you the option under. It gives this has already been converted. Okay, it has already been converted, so you can't effect that on this. But this is an image, so if you right click on this, it gives you the option trace, outline trace, where you can convert from image to object, right? So you have all those lists here. You can also go to bitmap, and it gives you that under bitmap. Okay, you see it here, outline trace, and it gives you that. Now you can also come here to bitmap trace or trace bitmap. As you can see, this is it here, and it still gives you the same option too. So Coreldraw makes it more flexible for you to always, with prompts, text prompts, control this, control that, you get whatever it is that you want to achieve so quick without any stress. Okay, without any stress. Now going back to this, to achieve something like this on your design, we'll maintain this color in our design. But if we decide not to maintain this orange color, and we decide to maintain this color here, like I mentioned the last time, you can always come here and use your eyedrop tool to select the color you want. I use my eyedrop tool, go into the image, select the color I want, use my eyedrop to go into the image, select the color I want. So it's just as easy as that. Coreldraw is very easy to use. It's just as easy as that. So you just go select the color you want, and you have it on your palette here. You have it on your palette here for you to work with. So we'll work with this color here, then we'll work with also this color here, this yellow color here. So we'll do that quickly, but let's work with this first. Let's do this first. So we'll select, we've already picked, use our eyedrop color to pick this. So we'll come back, select the object, we'll click on this to fill it in there. So as you can see, it matches with this color. It matches with this color. So we filled it in there. So the next thing we want to do is to create all these blocks here. Now to create these blocks here, all you just need to do, there are two ways you can go about it so quick. So you can just either, with using this, just come to the edge, like I said, to resize it evenly, right? To get an even size on every angle. So you come to this edge here, you drag it down. While you're dragging down, you right click, you click on it using your left click or your click button. You click on it, drag it down, then you right click. Automatically it duplicates that object to the size at which you dragged it. Okay, so it duplicates that object to the size at which you dragged it. Now it's still the same color because I dragged it from this, so it maintained the properties of the original source. Okay, maintain the properties of the original source. So I can change it to whichever color I want, and that's why I selected this color initially from here. So I can change it to whichever color I want. So that's the color now. Okay, so it still have the properties of the original source. So we'll come here to this point here, and we add this. We say 0.05 on all sides. Okay, that is a bit small, so let's say 0.1. So that is better, but not too pronounced. Let's say 0.2. Okay, better. So 0.2. As you can see now, we have this curved on all sides. Also, you can make just one side curved, or one point or one node of it curved, by unchecking this. If I uncheck this, what I'm trying to tell the system is that I just want to work with one side. I don't want to work with all four sides. Okay, but when I check this, I'm telling the system that whatever I effect on one side, effect on every other side. Okay, whatever I say do on this side, do it on every other side. So alternatively also I can come here, instead of coming to add a value to this, I can just come to this object, or yes, I can come to this object using my shape tool, which is F10. Just come to this node here. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm saying. Come to this node here, then drag it. So once I drag that node, automatically it starts to curve the edge. Okay, so as you can see, it has curved the edge. Let me zoom out again so you can see. So as you can see, it has curved the edge of that object. So like I said earlier, Coreldraw makes it all flexible for you, makes it very flexible for you. So Ctrl R again to duplicate this. Before you duplicate, you drag it, drop, then Ctrl R to duplicate. Then I'll do my E, select it, E to centralize vertically. So after doing that, I can either do Ctrl G to group, or I weld it. Let me do Ctrl G to group, so that in case if I need to make corrections anytime, I can easily space them out and make my corrections. So this is it. So I bring it like this, I think it's fine like this, then I drop it. Okay, then I do I just drag, then right click to duplicate. So I try to centralize it. Okay, so I've done that. So I can do Ctrl G again to group this together. Now I haven't done that. The next thing that I need to do is to rotate it. So we'll do it for the 60 degrees, or let's do it 45 degrees, 45 degrees rotation. So that's it, 45 degrees rotation. So we bring it down here, then we expand this from the edge so that it spreads evenly. Okay, so that it spreads evenly. We bring it down a bit, or let's take this up a bit. Okay, let's make it like this. Okay, so we can have space for some details. So we do P to centralize it. Okay, so I mentioned something about power clipping in the previous video, so if you've not seen that video, please go and see that video. So I right click on this, I choose option of power clip, I go to this image and I power clip it, sorry, this object, and I power clip it inside. So that's that. Okay, so I power clipped this inside of the square objects. So to work on that object again, all I just need to do is double click on this and it takes me into that object to work on it again. I have that done. What is left now is my text, right? My text and every other thing I need to do. So I'll need to first, let me change this, our logo, to this color. So you see the beauty of all of this. You see the beauty of that. I can change it to any color I want to change it to. You see the beauty of that. I can change it to any color I want to change it. I can, once I click or double click on it, now I can even change the edges to anyhow I want it to, form. Whatever adjustment I need to make on this, logo, and I can make it on this logo to form any shape I want it to form, to take any shape I want it to take. Okay, so that's just the beauty of Coreldraw. So I mentioned in the previous video that you can actually split your text. So before we go into all of that, let me get an image that will have to power clip inside of this. We'll just zoom it in, power clip it inside here, go back. So we want to make this 45 degrees also. Then we'll power clip it inside of this guy. Okay, I'll come inside and shift down, expand it a bit more, take it to the page, finish it up, make this to blend. Okay, white. Okay, so you can see that the beauty of the design is coming together bit by bit. Okay, so you can just come here, like I said earlier, split your text. So to split your text, you just do Ctrl K to split your text. Okay, so you split your text, you come here. Okay, I want to bring this all the way down here. You do shift up, you bring it up, you make it the color you want. So you do music with art curve media, gives me all of that. So I align it and distribute it evenly. Come here, bring this down a bit. Okay, I can also dim this, control this. Okay, and dim it down a bit. Then I come here, I want to have all of this up here. I would like to make this impact also, so that it's bold and beautiful. Okay. Then all these details you have here, you want to copy this, and effect on this. So this, yeah, select this, you drag it into this and effect on this. Okay, so you bring that up, you highlight that up, and you bring it down here. So you see that this design is even very simple compared with some other designs that you see out there. This design now is very simple and very easy to do. So I would like to bring this one up a bit because this is a contact detail. Okay, so you can see that we're done with this. So if you have any question for me as regarding this design that I just did, you can just leave it in the comment section or you DM me directly, and like I said, I'll be attaching to these videos all the shortcuts I can remember as regarding Coreldraw. I'll attach all those shortcuts to this video. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Thank you.